Do you have a question that you really want the answer for? So this is a yes or no reading for any question based off of your star sign. So choose your star sign and make sure you have focused on the question that you want the answer for. Remember, it must be a yes or no question. And if you do have multiples, feel free to look at my channel and watch some more. I have lots of other yes or no readings as well. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please do click the like button and let me know what star sign is yours down below. So we're going to get started with Aries. So Aries, what do you need to know today, Aries? So Aries, you're undivided at the moment. You're unsure of how to move forward. And it's leaving you feeling like your judgment is wrong, like maybe I made the wrong judgment call, maybe I made the wrong decision, maybe I've done something wrong. You are getting offers through though, but it's almost like you're devaluing them. You're kind of getting to this expectation of what I'm doing right now just is not good enough. What I'm creating is not good enough. There's a saying, and it goes that comparison is the thief of joy. You know, which basically means when we compare ourselves to others, when we compare ourselves to Karen down the road or Tom down the street, you know, or somebody on Facebook or somebody on Instagram, we lose the chance to really kind of enjoy what we are doing and what we are creating. And that's what's really going on here. You're missing the chance to really enjoy yourself. You're missing the chance to really kind of experience the world around you and experience what you enjoy. And I do feel like your doubts and fears are coming into that though here, that are holding you back, holding you from progress. There is going to be some issues with conflicting communication here. Like people saying one thing, somebody else saying another. And this is almost like because somebody's being a little bit arrogant here, they don't really know what's going on themselves. But instead of admitting that they don't know what's going on, they're kind of just hiding it by giving mixed answers, which is keeping you stuck. It is keeping you stuck. Do know you are taken care of at this time. You are loved at this time. I just got a huge smell of candy floss. You know, like candy floss at a fair, at like a summer fair sort of thing. I got a huge smell of candy floss, like really strong candy floss. Some of you, this is literally a memory for like when you were a kid and you went to like fairgrounds. Others of you, this is like to inspire that joy, to inspire, you know, when you're a kid, you think that everything is going forward, everything is like possible. Like I can become an astronaut, I can become the president, I can become a space marine, you know. Yeah, everything you think of. Can you take it off, please? Sorry, there's just the smell of candy floss is overwhelming. I needed them to take it away. But it's kind of so much kind of fixated in that it's hard to kind of have that childlike joy sometimes in this world when we're having to deal with all the adult responsibilities of I need to make my car payment, I need to make my bills, etc. So you really need to, with this, pick up that childlike wonder again. So I do feel like this is a no at this time, but with hard work you can change this into a yes. I almost feel like if you continue the course you're going on, this is a no. But as coming back to this whole childlike wonder, with hard work you can proceed with this. So there is some changes you need to make this possible. I'm just going to see what those changes are. What can you tell me about these changes? You're going to have to deal with the trouble of people not wanting you to go into that direction. People telling you it's wrong. You have to deal with the heartbreak. It will be a kind of a little bit of a downhill cycle for a short time. before it actually progresses, before you actually get the continuation on. But I do feel like this is going to be really magical and really wonderful for you later on. But yeah, I would take that, and definitely take the candy floss as well. Like, sometimes I get messages from spirit, mediumship messages when I'm doing this, and it sometimes smells, and it's always a bit interesting when it's a smell that there's no possible way you could smell it, like candy floss. So we're going to move on now to Taurus. So Taurus, what do you need to know today about your question? What's the answer to your yes or no question? You're trying to make an offer here, Taurus. You're trying to put the word out. You're trying to make this push forward. You're trying to push it onwards. But with the reverse of the Hangman here, I do feel like by trying to pursue helping these other people and trying to pursue this, you're not actually focused right now on what you need to improve in your life. By this I mean that sometimes when we are connecting with people, we want to spend time with them, we want to be around them, we want to help people that we know, and then we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to do the things that are important for us. And I do feel like that's what's here. It's like trying to make you draw your attention to the fact that you're not doing the self-improvement, you're not taking care of yourself like you should because of this. You need to leave it in the past. You need to leave it a little bit behind, because trying to force it forward, trying to force this onwards, it's just going to drain you. It's going to slow you down. You want it to move forward quickly. You need to just leave it be. Don't keep on picking at it. But you have such an emotional attachment to this that it's hard. You're fearing being offered something you don't want. You're fearing of rejection, fearing of it not going the way you want. But what's hidden is that you need to realise that other people need to come forward with information as well. We can't just push on regardless. Sometimes we have to let other people come towards us. With the Devil card here though, you're letting go of the past, you're letting go of this isolation, and you're the only one who can get yourself out of this kind of path of like worrying about it, anxiety about it. It's not your burden to carry. It's almost like you feel like it's up to you to make everyone okay. It's up to you to take care of everyone else. It's really not your burden to carry. Sometimes we have to just take a step away from it. Is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I do feel like it's a no, but this is almost like better for you in the long run. You're walking away from it, but it's more prosperous that you're moving away from it, because you wouldn't really have the enjoyment or the pleasure out of it if this happened. So it is a no, but it's because something better needs to occur. Sometimes we have to purge things out of our life that don't serve us, aren't good for us, so we can continue on. So I hope that helps you out, Taurus. We're going to go on next to Gemini. So, Gemini. Gemini, what do you need to know today, Gemini? You're taking action here. You're the one in control. And it's almost like a mentality of, if I don't take control, if I don't move things forward, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to continue. Things are going to just stop. You've been really straight up with people. You've gone, this is what we need to do, You've been trying to tell people straight what needs to happen, what needs to occur. And it's almost like going on deaf ears. Like, nobody's listening to me. Nobody's paying attention to what I have to say. Nobody's caring about what I have to say here. I do feel like for many of you, your hard work is going to actually pay off really well financially in the upcoming years. I know it's meant to be yes or no, but I'm going to tell you what's coming out. With the Ace of Wands though, this is leading to positive communication because of your actions. and overcoming this sadness into a happier ending for yourself. So you're struggling right now. You're having to take on all this burden. You're having to take on all this work. But do know, because you are such a hard-working person, so hard-working, your payoffs will be great later down the line. So because you're taking on all this responsibility, you're working really hard, you are going to get that kind of reward later. But the specific question you're asking about, is it a yes or is it a no? I do feel like this is a yes here with the World card. You're getting movement forward. And with the reverse of the Wands here, there is some positive communication coming in. It's almost like whoever you're dealing with or whatever you're dealing with, the communication is slow. It's like trying to, like, you know, pull teeth almost. Like, you know, it's almost like pulling taffy. You know, it's so sticky. It's taking so long, you know, and it's so difficult, but the communication will start to free up and you will start to get more momentum, more movement forward. With the Empress here, it's all because of your doings. It's all because of your hard work. It's all because you've been working hard for this. So enjoy it, you know. I hope that helps you out, Geminis. So we're going to move on now to Cancers. So Cancers, what do you need to know today, Cancers? You're having some really excellent movement forward here, Cancers. And I feel like you have been for a while. This is almost like emotional grounding, but you're learning to protect yourself and focus on what matters. And with the Page of Swords here, you're learning to take care of yourself more. You're getting more people coming back with positive responses, saying, wow, you're doing really well. You're really like moving the momentum forward. You're really progressing things forward. So a lot of people are talking about you very positively. With the King of Wands here, though, there is some communication issues, as in more of the communication has been struggling. But I mean, I feel like it's more a physicality thing. Either people don't physically have the time to get back to you and they know they should, or like literally there's been problems with emails not going through or phone calls or something like that not going through. Like, but this person does want to have, these people do want to have communication with you, or this person wants to have communication because they're worried about things not working out if they don't. So they're definitely not avoiding you. So yes, there is bad communication right now, but it's definitely not because they're avoiding you. Like, they want to talk to you about this. They want to progress it on, but they are struggling a little bit to progress. Like, they are struggling with a lot of other things overburdening them right now. We're going to have a look, though. We're going to have a look. Is it a yes? Is it a yes or is it a no? The answer to your question. Is it a yes or is it a no? It is a yes with the Ace of Pentacles here, though, but you might need to pull back your energy a little bit. And by that, I mean, like, you may be exhausting yourself. So watch your time management. Watch that you're having breaks. Watch that you're kind of giving yourself time to rest and recuperate. Because although I do feel like you're very passionate about this and you care about this quite a lot, you need this time to rest as well. Don't just work yourself or overwhelm yourself. Disconnect a little bit and enjoy yourself a little bit more. And I do feel like this is going to come out as a yes over time. Like I said, there is some communication issues which are almost unavoidable right now, unfortunately. So I hope that helps you out, Cancers. We are going on next to Leo. So Leos, what do you need to know today, Leos? What is the answer to your yes or no question, Leos? What is the answer to your yes or no tarot reading? So we have got the Wheel of Fortune here. Great movement forward. Having some enjoyment. Regain your strength. overcoming sadness. I feel like for many of you Leos, you've had a lot of this draining energy, and now it's time for you to move forward. Now it's time for you to start to enjoy yourself, start to party a little bit, or just start to kind of treat yourself a little bit, you know. You're regaining your strength, you're overcoming this sadness, you're starting to feel lighter and brighter, you're starting to feel that progression. You are choosing to take leaps of faith in life. You're not being forced to. You're choosing to regain momentum and try things out from a whole new perspective. This is very much your choice. And you're leaving the past behind. And I feel like with some of you, though, there is still a little bit of an element here of you're reminiscing about the past and going, oh, should I change things? Should I have done something better or something different? Would things have ended up better if I'd changed the way I behaved or acted? Would things end up in a better position? You need to take the blindfold off and realise that, yes, you weren't being completely truthful with yourself at that time. Many of you, this was you not admitting what you wanted or needing. So you were trying to take care of those around you, and by doing so, you forgot to say, you know what, I'm not happy in this relationship because of this, or I'm not happy in this situation because of this. And yes, that did hold you back a little bit, but it is important to know you are still progressing. With the Temperance card, though, it is now time for momentum. It's now time to keep up that momentum. So don't reminisce too much about the past. Leave it behind and go, you know what, I understand now, this is what I should have done, and I would have moved out of that situation quicker, moved on from it quicker. But we can't change the past. All we can do is we can confront it and we can go, you know what, this is what I want to do with my life now. This is where I want to progress now. Is this a yes or a no? I do feel like it's a no at this time, but it feels like it's almost like you can rebrand it, or you can redo it, or change it, or update it in some way, and then you'll get something better. So this is like it's no, but there's something else similar that you can get that's either like rebranded or a little bit slightly different. So for example, if it was a job, it would be, am I going to get this job? No, but there's going to be another job that comes along that you're going to be doing the similar sort of work, or another job in a different department, that kind of thing. Or am I going to have a relationship with a person? No, but there's going to be somebody come along that's kind of very similar to them, you know, that kind of thing. So although it's a no, it is saying, you know what, you are moving toward positive direction, positive perspective. And this almost like represents the old that you're leaving behind, the old that did not serve you, the old that kind of kept you stuck. So let it go and let it go and let it go with peace, knowing that you're going to get something better. So we are going to go on now to Virgos. But I hope that helps you out though, Leos. So Virgos. What do you need to know today, Virgos? Virgos, with the Pentacles here though, you are focused on your long-term aspirations, what you're building, what you're creating. You're a bit worried that you won't be able to manifest things right now. You're a bit worried that life will leave you behind in the past. And with the reverse of the wands here, this is almost like you feeling like you're never going to overcome the problems or difficulties. Many of you, this is to do with like going, oh, I'm starting to get too old, I'm running out of time, or just in general, I'm running out of time. Like there's this worry here of I'm running out of time, I'm running out of my chances. You are going to have to let go of this and realise that it's not helpful. It's almost like the idea of perspective you had before wasn't helpful. You are going to actually succeed in a new momentum, a new movement forward. But you do need some communication with others, so you need some help. You need other people to communicate with you, to help you. And with the Queen of Pentacles here, this is almost like you trying to protect yourself from problems, trying to protect yourself from issues, etc. So although I do feel like this is a good momentum forward, this is a good perspective, there is a little bit of an element here of having to change things up, having to go into a new direction. And I feel like more than anything, this is almost like you kind of realizing that I need to start looking at things from a new vantage point, because I almost feel like you're doing things that have always been done. Like, I'm doing it this way because it's always been done this way. I'm doing it this way because that's what I've always done. And that isn't really very helpful for you. It really isn't helping you to continue on. But is the answer to your question a yes or a no? It is a no, but I feel like it's a no because if you're being real, if you're being honest with yourself, I feel like deep down you don't really want this to be a yes. It's like you only want this to be a yes because you feel like it's the done way. It's what society expects of you, or what people around you expect of you, or what other people in your life would expect of you. So this is almost like the universe is trying to free you from taking on a burden that you don't really enjoy or you don't really want. I do feel like on the surface level you're like, but I really want this. But honestly, deep down, you are going to be so much happier with something else instead. So take this as a get out of jail free card. Take this as a chance to kind of really look with brutal honesty. What do I really want to do? How do I want to handle this? Not how does everybody else handle it? How do I want to handle it? Because we're all different. None of us are the same. We all come out of the mould a little bit different, a little bit scraped, or a little bit scratched, or a little bit wonky. None of us are the same, so don't expect yourself to have to fit in the same mould as everyone else, in the same perspective as everyone else, because you don't. So, we're going to move on now, but I hope that helps you out though, Virgos. I'm going to move on now to Libras. So Libras, what do the Libras need to know today? What is the answer to your yes and no question, Libras? So we have got the Knight of Pentacles here. You're protecting your finances, you're protecting your financial gains here. And I feel like it's because you've had a lot of issues in your life of late. A lot of anxiety, a lot of fears. Like you've been trying to keep your head above water. There is security coming in for you, but there's almost a little bit of heartbreak and deception around you, so be cautious about that. It's almost like other people telling you what you should or shouldn't do. You need to disconnect a little bit and start enjoying yourself a little bit more. Start focus on what enjoyment you get out of life. And that'll really help to direct you towards the right path, to the ideal path in life. And I feel like once you kind of get to that point where you're like, you know what, I'm enjoying this, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I'm enjoying my days, that's when you're going to get this rapid momentum. And I do want to say rapid, like it's not slow, it's not slowly meandering. You are very quickly progressing forward and quickly moving forward. So this is definitely a rapid momentum, rapid movement. More than anything here though, I do feel like you're having to leave a lot behind and you're having to forget a lot about the past to be able to continue on. Is your answer a yes or a no though? I feel like it is a yes, but it's almost like you don't want it to be a yes. It's almost like here that you want it to... It's almost like you have such self-doubt about yourself. You have such fear, so much anxiety. You feel like everything's falling apart, but you need to be focused on the positives. Like, you're so focused on all the negatives, all the ways it could go wrong. You need to be focusing more on the positives, but you're really not. You're focused on all the reasons why other people are right, not whether you're right or not. So although this is a yes, I feel like there is a little bit of an issue with perspectives. It's almost like you have a lot of negative affirmations or kind of anxious affirmations. I don't even feel like fully negative. It's more like a mentality of oh well, I'm not really sure, I need to be shy, like I'm a bit unsure of myself, that kind of mentality. I just got the smell of hot cross buns, and I got the song Hot Cross Buns. 2 a penny, 1 a penny, hot cross buns. This is almost like something that goes back to childhood, of like feeling a little bit like not enough, like I need to keep on continuing on. So do know that you're kind of blocking your affirmations with that. You may need to do some sort of either meditation or affirmations that you listen to really kind of push you into the right perspective. But overall, I do feel like this is quite positive. We're going to go into the next reading though, but please do take that, Libras. Hello there, Scorpios. So Scorpios, let's have a look at your answer now for your yes or no question. So Scorpios, you're kind of emotionally disconnected from this right now, and I feel like it's because it was very emotionally draining. You are being offered something you want though, but I almost feel like because it's been so long, you've got to a point where you're emotionally drained, you're emotionally tired, you're exhausted. So even though you're getting what you want to come in life, you're exhausted. You really haven't had time or chance to kind of enjoy yourself for a while, to let your hair down, to relax, to shake shake your shoulders off, that kind of thing. And it's led to this kind of stagnation for you. Anything else you need to know about your question? You need to be truthful about the fact that you are exhausted, you are unhappy. And that'll really help you to move forward. I almost feel like those around you don't realise that you're so exhausted. They don't realise you've got so much going on. Yes, they might know on the surface level. They might like go, well, they know I've got to work long hours. But they don't really understand it. Sometimes people can say, oh yeah, I've been working like really long shifts this week, and they don't take it on. And it's only when you go, I just can't keep awake, I'm really stressed, I'm really anxious, etc., and you go into detail, that's when they realise how bad things really are. It's like when you mention it just surface level, they don't really realise it. And I feel like you need to be truthful with those around you that love you, that care about you, how exhausted you are and how kind of stuck you've been feeling, because that'll really help you to connect again emotionally. But what about your answer? Is it yes or is it no to this? Because yes, you are emotionally exhausted because of this. I do feel like this is a no, and this is because you need to go into a new direction. So this would cause some arguments or disagreements or just generally more stress if it was a yes. So I do feel like this is a no, but this is kind of saving you a lot from a lot more stress, a lot more kind of exhaustion, a lot more problems. So this is kind of helping you in the long run, even though it is a no. Alright, so we're going to move on now to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, what does a Sagittarius need to know today? What does Sagittarius need to know about the question? Somebody's acting a little bit immature. They're not really sure how to head forward. You're dealing with somebody who is a little bit confused. They are trying to connect with you, although there is communication issues. They're worried about losing contact with you or losing you. And I do feel like there is an issue here of not being on the right foot and then being a bit too humble. I don't feel like they're telling you the whole truth of everything that's going on, because they're worried about communicating with you and it causing arguments or disagreements. So I really feel like this is where this confusion is coming in, because somebody's not really kind of admitting how they're feeling or how things are going in general, which is causing a lot of the issues and causing a lot of the problems. And I do feel like here though that there will be more positive communication coming out as they finally realise that they can communicate with you, that they shouldn't be afraid to communicate. But is this a yes or a no? Is the answer to this question a yes or a no? So I definitely feel like this is a yes, with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords coming out to clarify. But the only issue between this is really you needing to pull back your energy a little bit and actually focus on what is being said to you. So I do feel like this, almost like there is a little bit of a lack of focus here, lack of communication, as we talked about before. But it is a yes. So I do feel like once that gets sorted, the communication issues, things will just kind of fly forward and you'll get more clarity about this. So I hope that helps you out, Sagittarius. We're going to move on now to Capricorn. So Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know about their yes or no question? What does Capricorn need to know today? You are charging forward here, Capricorn. You're really starting to take the lead. With the High Priestess here, you're starting to get balance back in your life. And this is after having problems, having issues. You're starting to get that momentum, positive momentum. You do need to emotionally kind of disconnect from this because it's making you feel a little bit like you need to second guess your path, because you're almost like too close to it at the moment. And you're being a bit too humble about what you've achieved so far. So you've achieved so much so far and it's going in such a positive direction. But because you're so close to it, you can't see what you've achieved. It's only when you take a step back will you really see about how wonderful everything is continuing on for you, how wonderful everything is progressing. And there's this kind of confusion surrounding it at the moment that I feel like is following you, that you don't kind of realise yet. You don't really realise how things are continuing on, how things are going forward. It's like a little bit of confusion here. One thing I would say though, with the Moon card in reverse, you are getting a lot of emotional stability coming in, and that's really helping with finances and career. But is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I do feel like it's an eventual yes, and the reason why I'm not saying just a yes straight away, there might be like a letdown with it first, like it becomes a no and then it turns into a yes later on. Sometimes that kind of happens. Sometimes like you want to go and get a job somewhere and they say no at first, and then 6 months down the line you go and work there because they hire you, you know. But I do feel like although it's a no at first, this is to help you slow down to see your new perspective and then progress into this yes. So it is a yes, although it is a delayed yes. We're going to go into the next reading now, which is for Aquarius. So Aquarius, what do you need to know today, Aquarius? You're starting to plan for the future here, Aquarius. You're leaving the past behind. You're starting to communicate with others about your dreams, about your goals. Be careful about those who you're having conversation with. They are holding things back from you right now. And that's because they're not very happy in their life. So be careful. They may act a little bit negative. And I feel like this negativity will cause some issues for you, because you'll be a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure where to go from here or how to continue on from here. So it will cause a little bit of a negativity here, or negative understanding, negative thought cycles. But you will get some really good progression forward here. I just feel like that they need to be a little bit more honest with you about how their life is going. Because it's like, because you're manifesting, because you're doing really well for yourself, Aquarius, they're not wanting to admit about their own mistakes or their own problems, because it's a little bit shameful for them. Like, they feel a little bit ashamed about it, but also it's like, I don't want to bring down your vibe, you know. But is the answer to your question a yes or a no? So I definitely feel like this is a yes for you with the Justice card here. You're getting fairness, you're getting justice. There is a lot of obligations or a lot of things you're having to go back and forth with and go back and forth around with. But here you're actually getting some really good progression. You're getting some really good gifts from the universe in general. But I do feel like this is a yes for you. Just be careful about being overwhelmed. That's the main message. So I hope that helps you out, Aquarius. We're going to move on now to the next one, which is Pisces. So Pisces, what do you need to know today, Pisces? You're juggling a lot right now, Pisces. But you will get justice in this. You will get fairness. But you need to let go. You need to release. And you need to start communicating with others again. I almost feel like you feel quite like people are treating you badly or have been treating you badly. And like you have to take everything on. You have to take care of yourself. And you're having to release that and go, you know what? Not everybody is like that. It's okay for me to ask for help. It's okay for me to ask for support, etc. It's okay for me to take a little bit of a break. And I feel like that's what you're having to do here. With the Ace of Swords here though, there's a lot of insecurity. And I feel like you're having to overcome that right now. So be careful about the humbleness, that insecurity, because it may be stopping you from actually being able to have full relationships and full connections and full communications with others, which is kind of slowing down your perspective of things and slowing down your momentum. So be careful about that, be cautious about that, because I do feel like this will kind of prevent you from really connecting in the future and getting help and advice when you need it. But is the answer to your question yes or no? Is the answer to your question yes or no? So I do feel like this is a yes, but it's a slow yes. So you will get this eventually, but it will take time. It isn't going to happen quickly. It is going to take quite a lot of time to go through it, quite a lot of time to progress forward. So I hope that helps you out, Pisces. And if you do want some more readings, please check out the rest of my channel, as I do plenty more. And let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this.